Hi, beautiful Capricorn. This is Mary Ellen coming to you from Moonrise Cottage for your April 2018 Soul Tarot reading. Can you believe it? I'm in shock. Winter's over. I'm incredibly grateful. I'm going to transition over and say hello. Hey, everybody. To all the new folks that are showing up on the channel, welcome. It's really wonderful to have you here. And for the returning viewers and subscribers, welcome back. I have a really beautiful, very exciting reading queued up for you today, and I'm starting with the image of that butterfly. For those of you who don't know, a butterfly flew into my house in the beginning of March, and I'm going to tell that story in a moment. I always forget this, so I'm just cueing myself. I use the beautiful Celtic Wisdom Tarot deck developed by Caitlin Matthews. If you want any kind of a reading or distance healing or medium services, go to my website, Moonrise Cottage, soultarot.com, and you'll find everything you need right there. You can book your own reading. You can see my calendar, the slots available. Choose a slot, book your reading. You'll get a confirmation email and a reminder the day before your reading. You can also go to the YouTube page photo on my YouTube page. There's a link there now. You can just click right there if you want. The website is always listed just below the video on the description section. All right, so let's jump in. So, for those of you who don't know, I live in the northeast of the United States, and we've been beset by a particularly brutal winter this year. A lot of storms just coming one right after another, pummeling us. Just ice and craziness for months. It's been hard. Oh, gee, just after I finished the March readings, after all that discussion about emerging and evolving and transformation, Spirit's been going on about that for months, as you know. Many months, Spirit's saying to me. We had a 50-degree day all of a sudden. And I went out on the deck. The sun was shining for the first time in what felt like forever. I just put a chair out there and I just sat in the sunshine, breathing it in. And when I came back in the house, I found this butterfly in my house. I didn't see her fly in. I don't know where she came from. I don't know how it's possible for, that's a female black swallowtail butterfly. So I don't know if the wind brought her. Spirit saying yes, the wind brought her. It's a message very clearly for all of us about the transformation that Spirit has been guiding us through these many, many months since 2017. With Capricorn leading the way, in a sense, because you have Pluto in your first house, assisting all the beings here on Earth to shift and change, to bring the upheaval that's needed to shake us out of our position and help us transform. So the first thing that has to happen is destruction, and that's the job of Pluto. Capricorns have been through a lot. If you've been following along, you've heard me talk about it. You've been experiencing it. I don't have to tell you. As a fellow Earth sign, I'm a Virgo. As a fellow Earth sign, I know. I've been going through a lot too. A lot is happening. I am exceedingly grateful for this message to show up here in this really mystical, magical moment. So, Spirit just wants you to sort of take that up. The notion of a butterfly that transforms from the inside out, literally shredding and releasing its old form and allowing it to drop away from the energy that lies within it. It's a wonderful notation, and I'm exceedingly grateful to see it here. Let's take a look at March and look at sort of the story of the last couple of months. In March, Spirit's telling me start with the outcome card. So the outcome card on the far right is the beautiful adventure of skill. Having been prepared to go on this adventure, a new soul journey is what's been coming through in every single reading for the month of April, very loudly. And so Capricorn, next on the to the left of the adventure of skill, we see the adventure of art. the art and skill of transition and transformation and emergence in order to take wing into that which is your destiny. And as a Capricorn, your destiny is very significant for all beings. It's the leadership position, energetically, Spirit says, because in these days, since 2008 through 2023 or 24, depending on who you listen to, Capricorn's been stationed with you, or Pluto, pardon me, in order to bring the destiny of Earth forward, all beings and all creatures, and the soul destiny that all of us came here to join in together. We see the emergence of your energy through this adventure, the last phase of the adventure in March. And the signification on the bottom row, the first card, is the revelation of knowledge, transformation. That's literally what that card is about. Standing on this beautiful foundation of art and coming into a new courtship with the sacred art of being human. On the bridge card, the middle card in the center row, at the far left, standing above the revelation of knowledge, we see the sacred alchemist. Spirit is talking to me about that was the signification that we got last month of the cocoon evolving and the fact that you were preparing to come forward in this way. How beautiful is that? Mingling your energy. And above that, a prophecy about your soul destiny, a new place into which your soul emerges and transforms and evolves, being able to wind the thread of your own destiny. And then another prophecy about sending out new skills and being able to develop in a new way in order to send your intention and your skill set forward through your soul journey as it is reflected upon the earth. And so what has been coming through to me is that due to this transformation and the beauty of the journey of 2017, coming through the winter solstice and the spring solstice, through the cycles of the moon, this year we travel. And that transition is complete. One of the things that's very touching to me about this is that we had a lot of notification in 2017 about kings, about rising to the position of a king, and the sacred destiny and the lineage of kings in the mythology of the deck that I use. And here in April, we see that that is profoundly shifted, and you've come into this moment. So here are the cards. Spirit says, just take a look at the illustrations. And the differentiation in the cards for April as opposed to the cards for March. Spirit would like me to direct your attention to your aspect. And in the cards for April, that is the woman of art. It's a beautiful, profound card. In March, it was the lover of devotion, sandwiched between the beautiful mingler of energy and the adventure of art. And here we are in April, that journey continuing very clearly in a really sentient way, Spirit says. So let's take a look at the cards one by one. The very first card out, a judgment card. Spirit says this is the butterfly having emerged. There you are. And you know, Capricorn, after all you've been through, in a sense, for me, when the cards came out and I was looking at this and collecting the messages for the reading, I was really grateful to see this. What I'm getting from Spirit is all that chatter about kings and rising into that position of power, coming back to yourself, re-emerging. This is more important than that. This is your emergence, having been found, Spirit says. Like the butterfly who showed up in a raging storm. Well, sandwiched between two raging storms that came right on the heels of each other. It was a rough month. in March. I don't know about for you guys, but here, weather-wise, it was pretty intense. And suddenly, the transformation occurs. And there you sit, a butterfly, sitting in this beautiful place, a vessel of water, abundance, love, tranquility. And you know what? Look at the shoes. That's the color of transformation. Capricorn, I've been promising, it's been coming through my spirit guides, your walk has been transformed. The way in which you walk upon the earth has been transformed. And I'm not here to tell you you'll never have any more challenges. Pluto's still with you. You're still going to have some challenges. But the primary mission of transformation for you is shifted and changed in a way that is, as Spirit said, sentient and significant. And it is from this place that when the challenges come, you'll be able to sort of ponder. That's what the judgment of skill is about. You emerge into this place and you're able to have some rest. And you just kind of think about all the battles and what has come before and what is about to evolve next. And with this beautiful feminine energy in this notation, we know that there's a lot evolving and emerging and continuing to come through the portal. Through your energy, you lead the way in this way. Isn't that beautiful? There's nothing here in the being that we see. Here, I keep saying the butterfly. Just thinking about the past. Judging. Assessing. Okay, so Spirit's talking about having been immersed in those battles. Now you arise and transform. And so there's a little bit of an unending stream coming through about that. I'm going to clip it off there and go forward because, I could talk a lot about that. But if you haven't seen the videos from previous months, please go and look at them at Capricorn. You've been through so much and your journey's been so sacred and beautiful. So the light and the theme of the reading is the judgment of the skill that has been developed. And because of the development of those skills and the things that have come in the past, you now sit in this way. And in that beautiful place, you transform, your energy transforms into, Spirit saying, the legacy. Interesting word, I'll tell you why. The legacy of the goddess Bo-an. Oh gosh, I'm getting choked up again. You always do it to me, Capricorn. There you are, the earth goddess. This beautiful woman had her own mystical journey and her own trials and tribulations. And eventually through her mystical transformation, her energy began to flow out over the land. And she literally turned into a river, the sacred river Boyne. The placement around this river, this intense flow of sacred energy, having been activated, coming through a solstice type journey. It is in her place, Spirit says, and if you've been following along, this is where the sacred passage tombs exist, on the banks of the river, that this woman created with her energy. Think about that, Capricorn. This is how you stand upon the earth. With the flow of your energy, going forward from this moment, a complete transformation. With a purpose, with a very sacred purpose. Because of the leadership position, being the cardinal earth sign, in this time of great shift and change and upheaval, this is the culmination of the work you've been doing. Wow. I'm a little bit speechless. It's so beautiful to me because of everything you've been through. So the first card on the human walk this month, the foundation of art, having come into this beautiful place of flow, you begin your human walk going forward very deeply connected, a student of the universe now, willing and able to plunge yourself into the sacred hut in order to have a 24-hour period to open the third eye, putting a stone upon the chest to keep you awake. That's what these students did. They were training to be wisdom holders and seers. And so again, Spirit's talking about your destiny coming forward at long last. Look at that. Connected to the spirit realm. Okay? Sacred vision. In order to begin the next phase of your journey, having flowed into this moment, you arrive here, the foundation of the sacred arts. It's really beautiful. And having that foundation, of course, because you're Capricorn, the very next card is a prophecy, an augury about sacred battle. Because Capricorn, you are a warrior. This is about the moment, and I'm pretty sure you guys have seen this card before in your readings. This is the moment before you put your hands on the sword of victory, because you've been prepared. And now in this month, you're readying yourself on the new foundation. That's what the sacred art of the foundation of art is all about. Preparation. And for you, it is absolutely a victory. Look at the garments again, very clearly, completely and utterly transformed. All right? Ethical purity in your heart, Spirit says, because of the suffering that you've endured. And it's interesting to me that the augury of battle comes, given the fact that the judgment of skill is the theme of the reading. It's just about, stand still for a minute. Breathe deep. When a butterfly emerges from its cocoon, it takes a little while. It has to sort of just, okay, now I got these wings. What are these things? Okay, I'm still here, but what am I? And where have I been? What was it like to be a caterpillar crawling around on a branch, eating like there was no tomorrow, and literally turning myself inside out in order to go very deep and have a transformation and emerge victorious? And the very next card on the human realm, another major arcana card, the balancer of harmony. Spirit's talking again about the butterfly, sort of reflecting. Here you are. You've arrived. And you stand in this beautiful swirl of energy. And look at that. This person has been split down the middle, and resewn, Spirit says. Again, reflecting the image of the butterfly. So Spirit just wants me to keep talking about that type of transformation that has to come from the inside out, and how eventually it brings you to this place in the human realm, standing in this sacred place, balanced. I love it. And this sits right below the Judgment of Skill. The next card is the card that signifies the connection of your human journey to your soul journey and how they are woven together, Spirit says. All right, so check it out. Of course, that's the soul. And given the fact that the butterfly is here, we see this awakening happening along the spine. People call that a Kundalini awakening. As humans, we slumber in a sense. And through this journey, our soul rises and goes through a portal out into the mystical realm in order to turn our destiny and travel toward the sacred bowl of healing and evolution and manifestation. Traveling really deep while we are here. And that's, I don't have to tell you, that's what you've been doing. You have been traveling deep. It's been hard. And so having that sitting right above the foundation of art is really profound. It's telling me that your human journey is very deeply connected, and it's kind of coming through for all the signs we have had a major transition, a really phenomenal shift and change. I've been talking about it for months, and I trust my spirit guides. I don't always, as a human, I don't always understand, but I see the message continue through the months as the cards come out. And what's clear to me now is that the shift and change, the transformation that has taken place in this manner, Spirit says, akin to this type of shift and change, is all about our shift and change and our deep connection now, so that our soul journey will be reflected in our human walk. And the energy that Spirit's been talking about, yin and yang, the flow of that energy between us here on the earth and directly in line with our soul purpose, as that unfolds, that is the yin and yang energy that we've been developing in order to understand that flow from the mystical realm, the spirit realm, the heavens, whatever you want to call it, and our earthly journey. So take a look at that going forward as you go into these readings through 2018. The first card on the spirit realm, having had the soul journey, you emerge. Again, look at the right-hand corner. Look at just the image of that being, the balancer of harmony, standing in the center of the swirl of energy, rising through you, the woman of art, flowing that energy over the land in order to bring a sacred transformation, a series of passage tombs, 5,000 years old, in order to bring earthly destiny forward into this moment of Pluto in the first house of Capricorn. And continuing on to an emergence on the top spirit realm. The two cards in the corners, on the spirit realm and on the earthly realm, are major arcana cards. And in between them and the emergence and the flow of energy, you stand. That is the sacred destiny of Capricorn. Allow that to sink into your being. That is why, next to the beautiful woman of art, the goddess Bo'an, we see the opening energy of the reading as the Judgement of Skill. Okay, you've emerged. Cling to your branch. Allow this information and this knowledge to really go deep. I don't have a word for it. I don't even know what to say about it. I'm having a challenge just speaking because my throat chakra is just clutching with the emotion. In part, like the Judgement of Skill would have us understand. You know, thinking about history, thinking about herstory, thinking about what men and women in the incarnations that we've had over many eons have experienced to come to this moment of destiny. And the destiny of Capricorn, who hosts Pluto, on Pluto's ride around the wheel takes hundreds of years. That's why it stays so long in each sign. And so your destiny, the destiny of the souls here on earth, in this particular way, linked in a very sacred unfolding with the work that you do as a Capricorn and all that you're able to bring forward. And so you emerge. Your soul journey emerges completely in line in this way. And Spirit just wants you to really take some moments and look at the bottom right corner and how the energy has transformed. And again, interestingly enough, male and female, yin and yang. And the female visage, the female part of that flow of energy now stands upon the earth. Very fertile moments of shift and change and victory. And so the first card on the spirit realm is the Hermit, the counselor of truth. place in which your soul emerges. It's beautiful male energy, very learned, very wise, about becoming a touchstone of truth in your own being. Within your soul, the soul journey has arrived into this place. How many eons that has taken is a serious matter to consider. The counselor of truth. This is the place in which your soul emerges through all of these apertures, all these portals, all the work that we're doing with the energy flowing back and forth between the realms. Arising into this moment, Spirit says. The card sitting next to that is about the full moon, which comes, I think, in 2 days. This card, or something like it, has been in every single reading this month. It's very important. The apertures of the moon, and it's been coming through for a couple of months, I think, and so Spirit's really driving home this message. Something profound is happening this month in particular with the full moon. For you, Capricorn, it's all about destiny. There's so much streaming through. Sorry, I'm chuckling a little bit at what Spirit's saying. Spirit said, there is so much destiny. Really take it to your breast, Spirit says. Inside yourself now. It's time to really understand the journey, the deep sacred notion of this journey, and have a conversation under the light of the full moon, in the sacred river, in the light of the flow of the sacred river of knowledge. Okay? That's Merlin and his sister. They were very devoted to each other throughout their lifetimes. They were on a sacred journey together. He was the active principle. She was the feminine principle. Okay? The yin and the yang. And they joined their energy together. Passion and transformation. She built this tower for him so that he could go and look out and gain many different perspectives in order to help him on his journey. The flow of male energy. Aligning with the sacred aspects of the energy of the moon. The feminine portal that brings the tides and shift and change, that has brought you to these beautiful moments of victory. The next card, no surprise. Capricorn, Spirit saying, just for you because it is you. You've seen that before. So, before I forget, the full moon and the new moon. Capricorn, pay close attention this year. The active phase of this journey, because the butterfly has arrived here, signifying the transformation and the ability to take flight. And we see it reflected in the cards. Okay? That is a prophecy. That is the augury of knowledge. Look. There's the information coming in on the cycles of the moon, illuminating the Leophale, the stone of destiny that I talked about so much last year. And again, fertile moments, feminine energy, completely transformed. And I love that this woman has this beautiful blue-gray hair, completely transformed, having lived many lifetimes to fulfill a sacred destiny. And she, like the woman of art at the center of the reading, is able to emit her energy and her knowledge and shine it directly upon the earth, having received it in this way. Wow. Woo! Astoundingly beautiful. And Spirit wants me to show you something. You guys, you folks who've been, guys and girls who've been following along, have seen these pictures. But back in October, if you're new, I went to Ireland to have a sacred journey, to look into my own lineage, to look into my own destiny. And I had this notion that I was going to go to all this sort of, there are very many sacred sites all over the country. I thought I was going to have this journey that was going to be about, Spirit saying, ferreting out the lineage of the sacred feminine. It's not what happened. And I think, Capricorn, it's because of your journey. Right? I'm an earth sign, I'm a Virgo. Your journey and my journey are really linked. Remember that? What is striking me this morning about this, look at the swirl of clouds. Look at the way those clouds are aligned above the sacred leaf veil, the stone of destiny that we see in the cards. That's what that woman is doing in the light of the moon. And you know, I wish I had loaded up the pictures. I actually was here at Tara at night in the full moon. I didn't plan it. It just happened. I'm sorry, I didn't think about it beforehand. I could have loaded up some pictures, but Spirit wants to talk about. Look at that energy, the flow of energy across Tara. And now take a look at the card on the bottom right-hand side of the reading. Look at that right-hand column. The swirl of energy swirling through your being because of the destiny that you chose to come here, depending on what you believe, to unfold. Capricorn, all I can say is thank you so deeply. The outcome card, also really beautiful in light of this message, that is the liberator of devotion. It is about death and rebirth. Of course. I am very curious to see your journey this coming year, because things have shifted and changed in a way that's so profound. And you know, all last year, as I said, chattering about the kings and the rise of the king and the return of the king, the coronation of the king, that just kept coming through. It's really interesting. I never imagined that it would come in this way. I really didn't. I am feeling very, honored, I guess is the word, to be able to transmit these messages for you folks. And I'm wishing you an incredible April. Gather your wings. Let them dry out, Spirit says. You know? And get ready, Capricorn, because you are taking flight. I'm going to leave you with the cards, and I will be extremely eager to be back and have some more discussion in May. Thanks, Capricorn. I really appreciate your accompaniment and all that you're doing and the love and support that I get from all of you. Have a wonderful month.